Hi all, welcome to the session. So today's class is a grammar class and that is about future tense. So let's move on to the class. We all know the future tense belongs to the third tense of the tenses. We have present tense, past tense as well as the future tense. And again, we have the further divisions of the future tense. Future tense means what? Which is showing future. Showing futurity or the things that will happen in the future. So basically there are other deviations, but future tense can be broadly divided. The future tense can be broadly divided into two forms, that is pure future and colored future. Pure future means predictions, whereas colored future means the present future, that is the other cases showing futurity without the use of will or shall. We all know usage of will or shall depicts futurity. That is the main tense used to show future tense or to show futurity. So pure future completely deals about predictions, whereas colored future deals with the present future. We can see that in the coming slides. Let's discuss about pure future. Here, the action is dependent on external factors, not on the speaker's will. That is, he is not saying about his future, whereas it is dependent on external factors. Pure future is introduced with will or shall. Example, if you stop smoking, your health will improve. Some say the world will end in fire. So these are all showing predictions and also using the tense will, the verb form will. So that deals about the and this comes under the pure future. Now we have the colored future. It is basically a present future, which means an action that has already been decided on. That is, for example, he is leaving for Mumbai. Here there is no verb form will here. He is leaving for Mumbai. Means what? That is also showing futurity. He is going to Mumbai. So that also shows a future thing. That also shows futurity. But without the use of the verb will. An action for which there is a present evidence. For example, see those clouds, it's going to rain. If you're outside and you say to your friend, see, look at that cloud or look at those clouds, it's going to rain. So that can also show futurity without the use of the verb form will. So this all other forms of showing futurity without the use of will comes under colored future. And the sentences that carry decisions, offers, threats. Example, will you give me that book? So that and all request, offers or threats, that also comes under colored future. Now we can move on to the different subdivisions of the future tense. This is future continuous tense. We use future continuous tense to describe an action that will happen in the future for a specific amount of time. So that is, in the future, that thing is going to happen only for a specific amount of time. So for that we use this tense, that is the future continuous tense. Example, the rule is this, will. Will must always be there in all of the future tenses. Will plus be, forms of the will plus be plus verb plus an ing form. Example, he will be sleeping by the time I reach home. See, the rule is applied here. Will plus be plus the verb. Here the verb is sleep and you need to add ing to it. Will plus be plus verb plus ing. He will be sleeping by the time I reach home. So, by the time I reach home, he will be sleeping. But that is not forever, right? That is only for a period of time. Next example is, they will be cooking food at this time. They will be. See, the rule is also applied here. Will plus be plus verb plus ing, that is cooking. Will be cooking food at this time. So these are all showing what? An action that will happen in the future for only a specific period of time. For all of such cases, we use the future continuous tense, and the rule is that will plus be plus the verb plus the ing form. Next, we have the future perfect tense. We use this tense to say that somebody will have done something by a certain time in the future. So, by a long time in the future, we can say if somebody does something for over a period of time in the future, we can use future perfect tense. And the rule is will plus have plus verb. Will plus have plus verb. Example, she will have finished the work by the end of this month. If you say she will finish her work by this end of this month, but you're not sure, so you can use this tense. She will have finished this work by the end of this month. The rule applies here. Will plus have plus the verb. Next example is, they will have arrived at the hotel by now. So even in the case of today also, if you're talking about something that is happening in the evening also, you can say, and you're not sure about it, so you can say they will have arrived at the hotel by now. The next one is other ways to show futurity that I have also described in the colored future, but there are certain exceptions. We can find it in this slide with going to form. Example, he is going to buy a car. That also shows a futurity, that he is going to buy a car, but without the use of the verb form will. So by adding going to form also, we can show a futurity. It is going to rain. It is going to rain also shows futurity without the use of the tense or without the use of the verb form will. And other cases, the CM is to inaugurate the function. So that has also not happened. When the CM comes, only then the function can be inaugurated. So here also it shows futurity without the use of the verb form will. The CM is to inaugurate the function. So here the future tense works in the lines or in the words is to inaugurate the function. Next example, he may come anytime now. He may come anytime now. It also shows futurity without the use of will or shall. So these are the exceptions where you can show futurity without the main verb form, that is will. Now we have another form of future tense, that is future in the past. It refers to the future from the perspective of some point in the past. We all say in our everyday lives, we all say some points that reflects onto the future. Let's go to the example. Last time when I saw you, you were going to start a bank. Last time when I saw you, you were going to start a bank. So from the past itself, they found a future in it. Another example, we thought he would win the election. So when I voted for him, we thought he would win the election. So that was also an example of a future in the past. In the past, you think about a future that this is going to happen. That is future in the past. Thank you. So this is all about the future tense, and we can discuss about them in more detail in the next class. Thank you.